Hi there, welcome back. Dori Soukup here to share with you the featured article. And as you recall, in my note, I was speaking about how this issue is going to be all about how to have great habits, great entrepreneurial habits that would allow you to grow your business and experience a whole new level of success. Now, we all have habits, let's face it. Let's have actually a moment of truth. We all have some good habits and we all have some bad habits. We may not want to be telling people what our bad habits are, but believe me, everybody has a bad habit. And there's been so many books written actually about habits, and there's always all sorts of statistics actually that discuss what habits are all about and how people react to habits. As a matter of fact, the recent study indicated that 90% of our normal behaviors are based on habits. Can you imagine? So actually that's good news, because if we can improve those habits, then we can live a much better life. So how can we improve those habits, and what habits should we have that will ensure success? First, let me share with you some of my favorite habit books. This one here is Habit Changers by M.J. Ryan. Of course, you have the classic, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the late Stephen Covey. Actually, you could tell how old this copy is. I've had this book forever. And you have to live really these habits to make sure that you practice them and that you put them in your daily life. And then this book, actually, I did an entire module in a previous series. It's called The Power of Habit. Actually, it's a really good book by Charles Duhigg. And these books are really good books for you to dive into so you can start improving your habits. But at least I want to get you started today, and I'm going to share with you 10 habits that I actually practice all the time, and I want to encourage you to practice, because I have to tell you, implementing these habits into my life has totally allowed me to have the successful business that I have now. So I want to encourage you to listen to this, watch it all the way through, and make sure that you implement them. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, plan tomorrow today. This is something that I do every single day. I'm always looking ahead to what I have going on for the week. Usually I do this actually on Sunday night. Look and see what I have going on for the week, and then start planning my success every single day. So the night before, then I go over my to-do list. I look at my calendar, see what I already have, and then decide what else I can do to ensure success. So those are things that you can do almost immediately. You can implement this immediately into your daily life. So if you make it a habit every night to pull up your calendar, see what you have going on, and then time block anything that might come up that you can actually put on your calendar. So you time block to get things done on your to-do list, then you're gonna be a lot more productive. So plan tomorrow today is habit number 1. Okay, I'm gonna go to number 2 now. Time to train the team. You see, you can't be successful all by yourself, unless of course you're a solopreneur. But if you have a business and you have team members, you have got to take the time to train the team. That's your 3 T's right there. Time, train the team. So if you don't train your team, then you're not going to have a success level that you deserve. So I want you, as an entrepreneur, I want you to time block, again, some time to dedicate to your team development. And you don't want to just teach them technical training. You also want to block time to actually train them on business. Let's focus on training them on how to increase treatment sales, how to increase retail sales, how to cross-market, how to promote, how to self-promote, how to ask for referrals, how to ask for testimonials. Those are all crucial principles to your success. And if you don't take the time and develop that habit to train the team and invest your time in your team, then you better hire somebody else to train them for you, or do both. Actually have somebody come in and train them, and you designate some time to train them, because nobody knows them like you do, right? Very good. All right, so habit number 3, implement the daily success planning meeting. I have to tell you, the clients that I work closely with that have implemented the daily success planning meeting, they have noticed a major transformation in their business. You can increase your business exponentially if you pay attention to what is going on during that day, and if you make it a habit to meet with the group every morning for about 5-10 minutes to see who's coming in, what are they having done, what cross-promoting opportunities do you have, what opportunities do we have to increase revenue, and it makes such a big difference. That is a habit that every single one of you should be practicing. So this is something that we teach during the Leap Ahead seminar, actually, and it's called Daily Success Planning. It's called DSP. So I encourage you to implement that habit, and you will see a major difference in your performance and your team's performance. All right, number 4, monthly meetings to share your monthly goals. If you don't have monthly meetings, you're not going to be able to get the goals distributed to the team, so they know exactly what targets they need to reach and what it's going to take to actually reach it. So having a monthly meeting is a great habit to develop, so you can pass out your goals and reward your team for a job well done. So that's a great habit. That's habit number 4. Okay, we are now at habit number 5. That's actually one of my favorite habits, because I love visualization. If you do visualizations, exercise every single day of the things that you want to happen before they actually happen, oh my gosh, before you know it, things are just starting to manifest, and things that you want to happen become a reality. I love visualization. As a matter of fact, this is a habit that you should also teach your team. You could do that during your DSP meeting, the Daily Success Planning meeting, where you can take just a minute or two to visualize the success of the day, how you're going to have the best clients are going to come in. They're going to take you up on all your recommendations. They're going to walk away with all sorts of retail products. They're going to reserve their next appointment before they actually leave. They're going to be so happy and so thankful that you are in their lives. And if you visualize that happening, before you know it, those are the kind of people that you are going to be attracting into your life, the kind of clients that you want. So that's just a quick little example for you. Visualization actually has been practiced for centuries and centuries. As a matter of fact, sports athletes do it all the time, from Michael Jordan to you name it, every superstar athlete. They've done this for years and years and years. To boxers, Muhammad Ali was famous for his visualization. So if you start that habit and you do it, whether it's first thing in the morning or it's late at night, and you take some time to just visualize what you want to happen the next day, and guess what? That outcome more likely would happen. So start trying it and start practicing it and see the difference that it will make in your life. All right, so moving on to lesson or habit number 6. Actually, this is one of my favorite habits, and I first learned about it from the 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People, again with Stephen Covey, and that's sharpening the saw. Actually, I love all his habits, by the way, and I live them all the time. And I'm going to mention a couple of them actually in the habits that are coming up. But sharpening the saw is one of the most important things you can do to your career and your business. Because if we don't take the time to invest in our own education, and improve our own performance, then how can we expect our team to do the same? You can't. The story that Stephen Covey shares in Sharpening the Saw Habit in the book, he talks about a guy that's chopping down a tree, and he's working so hard, just, sawing down this tree. So a guy comes up to him and says, "How long have you been at this?" He's like, "Oh my gosh, all day." And he's like, "Well, what are you doing? Why don't you take a minute to sharpen the saw? You could do it a lot faster." So that's the analogy that he used in the book. But sharpening the saw, investing in your education, like coming to the Leap Ahead seminar, for example, coming to the Millionaire Circle seminar that we offer, coming to the book writing seminar where you can get published, attending the InSPAration Management Mastermind Group meetings. These are all things that you can do to sharpen your saw. And if you're not doing stuff like that, you guys, then you're working too hard. Then you're wasting your time. You're reinventing the wheel. And that's not a good habit. Remember the bad habits I talked about? That's the opposite of what we're trying to do here. So keep that in mind and continually sharpen the saw so you can have a super successful business. All right? Okay. Now, habit number 7. I really like this habit. This is about networking and developing your business-to-business relations. I have to tell you, I teach members of our community this all the time, and some follow through and do it, and some people don't. But if you want to grow your business rapidly, like bam, you're there, then you've got to develop business-to-business relations. Because think about it, every business has a database. They cater to certain types of people, hopefully the same kind that you want. But if you start doing events together where you create an invitation, you send it out, they send it out to their team, to their database, you send out to your database, people register for the event. Now you just tapped into a brand new number of folks, prospects, that are more likely to be your clients. So if you want to grow your list super fast, this is a habit that you must spend some time doing. You have got to build your business-to-business relations. There are all sorts of ways you can work with other businesses in your community. I can teach you a ton of them. But events is the easiest thing you can do together. So this is something that I want to encourage you to start doing so you can develop your database and increase your capacity. That's very big. All right, number 8. Number 8 is all about working out and eating healthy. I'm amazed often how many people don't walk the walk and talk the talk. After all, we are in the beauty and health and wellness industry. That's what we do. We teach people a certain lifestyle. And when we're not practicing that lifestyle, I was just at an event in New York City and I met few people there. And one of the people that I met actually was a doctor. And he kept going outside and coming back, and I could tell that he was smoking. This is a doctor that wants to open up a Medi-Spa. And he's like, "Oh, I want to work with you." I felt like saying, "You want to work with me? You better stop smoking first." Now, that's a bad habit that you need to get rid of. You can't afford to smoke if you're in this industry. So we've got to walk the walk and talk the talk, my friends. You have to look good. You have to feel good. So you've got to make time to work out. You have got to make time to take care of yourself, to eat healthy. Those are all habits that we need to actually be practicing. So that's very important for you to do. So I know it's tough. I know, but we've got to do it. We've got to do it. All right, number 9. Number 9 is a habit that I practice all the time. Actually, I'm the best at this one. And that's writing, speaking, and actually doing videos like I'm doing right now. And I have to tell you, when you develop that habit of writing, speaking, and shooting videos, your business will go on steroids. I know you've heard me tell you this before, but you've got to implement this habit. And believe me, the more you do it, the more of a positive habit it is, and the easier it will become for you. You cannot not do this. So if you want to improve your positioning, you want to attract high paying clients that deserve you and that will pay you a lot of money to take care of them, then you've got to start doing that. And even if you just do one little thing here and there, you've got to do it so you can have those nice high paying clients coming your way. All right, number 10 is another big habit that I practice, of course, all the time, and that's to have a mentor and to belong to a mastermind group meeting. Now, I've been part of a mastermind group for the last 20 some years. This is something that I invest heavily in, and I think I've told you this before. I invest about 50, sometimes a little bit more than $50,000 a year in my education. I belong to 2 mastermind groups, and then I also go to many marketing seminars and things to keep developing my skills so I can keep sharing with you. And if you don't do stuff like that, and then I have my private mentor and coach that I also deal with. And as a matter of fact, I was just in San Diego where I spent an entire day with him. And this is something that I offer our community. You can come and spend a day with me, a day with Dori. But, we're all smart, right? You're going to tell me, oh, I don't need that. I'm smart already. Yeah, we are smart. But you know what? There's always somebody smarter than you. And I'm very smart. But I know there are people smarter than me that I can tap into. And that's what having a mentor, and everybody does. I mean, think about it. Again, some of the most famous people on this planet have other people that they bounce ideas off, and they hang around like-minded people, like being part of a mastermind group. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that's the best habit you can do for you and your business. So if you really want to be a super successful entrepreneur, those are the habits that you definitely need to implement into your life. And if you want to have a 7-figure business and make multi-million dollars every single year, then I want to encourage you to take a look at your habits right now. Identify the good ones that you should keep, and then which ones that are good that you need to implement, and then which bad habits maybe you have that you need to get rid of. So that's my advice for you in this featured article. I want to encourage you to implement these habits that we talked about so you can grow your business exponentially. That's my vision for you. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Until next time, stay inspired.